Live from KTTC, the area's most watched late news. This is News Center at 10.
Thanks for joining us. 13-year-old Carter Briggs was on his daily bike ride last week when someone hit him and then took off.
Yesterday, the Wabasha County Sheriff's Office charged an 18-year-old Pine Island man with the crime. Chris Conti's live tonight. And Chris, how were they able to figure out who did this?
It turns out it was through a series of anonymous tips, Rachel. Eventually, officials were able to connect the damage on that young man's car to this hit and run, something Carter Briggs and his mother are very thankful for. Carter Briggs is still left with one distinct question.
Why didn't you stop? And why didn't you just see what happened?
At 13 years old, he never asked for any of this.
He hit me with the front right side of his car.
All he was doing was riding his bike last Monday.
Well, I had 4 stitches in the back of my head, and then there was swelling in my lower back.
There's no posted speed limit on Ryans Bay Road in Zumbro Falls, which means drivers can legally go at least 55.
My back hit his passenger door mirror, and that snapped off.
The driver told sheriff's deputies that he couldn't see because the sun was in his eyes. But regardless of what happened in that moment, he still left Carter lying in this ditch and simply drove off.
I don't know why they did that, and it just confuses me.
For all the damage his bike suffered, Carter only spent one night in the hospital.
Whatever the excuse is, why didn't you stop?
But his mom is still bothered by what happened.
I think you should be brought to justice.
It's rare that authorities catch people for hit and runs like this, but anonymous tips pointed sheriff's deputies to an 18-year-old Pine Island man who's now charged with the crime. Something that brings Carter Briggs at least a little comfort.
It'll always be in the back of my mind, but I'm not scared. It doesn't change me.
The driver's name isn't being released, and he wasn't arrested because deputies don't think he's a flight risk. That 18-year-old is due in court in a few weeks, and charges are still pending. Live in the newsroom tonight, Chris Conti, KTTC News Center.